They say that tackling is a dying art, and if you ever talk to your dad, you'll probably hear him telling you that the game's, quote, gone soft. It's a recurring complaint among football fans, particularly of a certain vintage, and it's one that's actually rooted pretty solidly in fact. Football in England can be traced back to mob football, which was incredibly aggressive, and one of the great debates in the early years of the Football Association was whether or not to allow hacking, which was literally hacking away at another player's shins. It was ultimately decided that hacking shouldn't be allowed, and in every single decade since the 1850s, football has become less and less aggressive as a sport. Not everyone appears to have got the memo though, and in this video, I'm going to be taking a look at some of the most aggressive and dirtiest footballers in world football right now. It's worth noting that I will only be mentioning players who compete at top flight, close to top flight, or international level. Undoubtedly the most aggressive player I've ever seen is my friend George, aka the Pound Shop Pepe, but given the highest level he's ever played at is the 7th tier of the whole Men's Sunday League, he won't be making my final 7. Here are 7 of the dirtiest and most aggressive footballers on earth. Pablo and Enzo Perez. Since they are namesakes who have both played internationally for Argentina, I've decided to kickstart this 7 with a joint entry from Pablo and Enzo Perez. Rosario native Pablo has only ever won 1 cap for Argentina, coming in 2018, in a 6-1 defeat against Spain. Following stints with Malaga, Boca Juniors and Independiente, Pablo rejoined his boyhood club Newell's Old Boys last month. Enzo Perez, who is aged 34 like Pablo Perez, has won 26 caps for Argentina, and the former Benfica and Valencia man now plays for River Plate. Both midfielders are renowned for the occasional wild tackle and are rarely ones to shy away from a fight. Gaetano Berardi. Leeds United fans will tell you that Gaetano Berardi has matured this season and cut out some of the rashness from his game, and there may be some truth to that, but he is still a hot-headed defender who will always be a repeat offender. The once-capped Swiss international joined Leeds from Sampdoria in 2014, and he has received 7 red cards in 150 appearances since then. In fairness to Berardi, one of those red cards earlier this season against Millwall was later rescinded, but some of the others could have resulted in 6-game bans. A strong tackler with an excellent work rate, Berardi is a fan favourite at Ellen Road, but his appalling temperament has cost the club at times, and he's well worth a spot in this 7. Sergio Ramos. It seems absurd that a player who is as talented and decorated as Sergio Ramos should be so high in this 7, but the Real Madrid legend has a disciplinary record among the worst in the history of the sport. Ramos is a man very much belonging to the win at all cost mantra, and his combination of dirtiness and play acting have made him a pretty divisive figure for more than 15 years. They've also made him one of the most successful though, and in some people's eyes, the outstanding centre-back of his generation. Ramos has received an incredible 26 red cards over the course of his 850-game career, including 5 against Barcelona alone, and he might have had a few more if VAR had been around since 2004. Gary Medel. Gary Medel is a short, stocky midfield anchor who doesn't always take the most measured approach when it comes to tackling an opponent. Capped some 126 times by Chile, Medel has starred for the likes of Boca Juniors, Sevilla and Inter Milan. He also spent a season in the Premier League, having been a marquee signing for Cardiff City in 2013, where, unusually, he didn't receive a single red card. Nicknamed Pitbull and described by Roberto Mancini as a real warrior, Medel is tenacious, aggressive and occasionally stupid. Medel has received more than 10 career red cards, including 1 so far this season with Bologna. Alfredo Morales. Sergio Ramos may be the king of red cards in terms of current footballers, but Alfredo Morales is the prince. The 23-year-old Colombian was sent off an incredible 5 times in just 48 games last season at Rangers, and he added 2 more red cards this season before the campaign was suspended. Morelos is a strong, hard-working and sharp-eyed centre-forward who has scored a career total of 129 goals in 221 games, leading to transfer rumours linking him with the likes of Newcastle, Liverpool and even Barcelona. His persistent inability to keep his cool and the ease with which he can be tempted into doing something daft and getting himself sent off might just cost him a big money move in the future though. Felipe Melo. A man who is so aggressive that his attempt at the stay-at-home challenge involved him 2-footing a toilet roll, Felipe Melo is a footballer who is synonymous with aggression. A hard-working and very capable ball-winning midfield enforcer, Melo may have had a much better career if he hadn't had such a short fuse. He was just about the first name on the team sheet during Brazil's 2010 World Cup qualifying campaign and played every game for the Seleção before getting sent off in the quarter-final for a really stupid stamp on Iron Robin. That was one of 14 career red cards the 36-year-old has received, and he never won another cap for Brazil. Melo now plays for Palmeiras, where he's been excellent most of the time, invariably interrupted by instances of rank idiocy. Diego Costa. There is no other man who could top this 7. Diego Costa is the outstanding example of often needless aggression, dirtiness, and non-sportsmanship of his generation. Costa strikes you as someone who enters the field of play wondering who he should try to fight, and almost invariably he will find someone within those 90 minutes. Centre-backs must dread facing the Atletico frontman, who has had a face like a 6-year-old bulldog ever since he was 17. Costa has rather remarkably only had 5 red cards in European football, although he's had more than 100 yellows. Often violent, occasionally brilliant, and always entertaining, Costa wasn't content with irritating every opponent he had ever faced in 2013, so he decided to irritate an entire nation by switching his international allegiances from Brazil to Spain. Truly a man who is committed to annoying as many people as possible before hanging up his boots. That's it for today's video. I will point out that Gary Medel and Felipe Melo were once teammates at Galatasaray, who presumably wanted to create the dirtiest team ever assembled. Thank you all for watching, hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and obviously make sure that you are subscribed to HITC Sevens.